I ain't afraid of no ghosts. I ain't afraid of no ghosts. I ain't afraid of no ghosts.
Three children are dead. They were helping sell fruit with their mother. The two killers who started the chain of events by carjacking someone, then crashing into these innocent
I feel like you
victims
gotta
are
just
still
bring
on
us
the
in
loose
with just the
tonight. And a
coronavirus.
pile of
No,
reward money
no
held
applause,
against them.
man.
Coronavirus!
Y'all know what it is, man. Uptown Tone here, PPP JAWN. We back for another episode of the podcast. To my right, OGEs. To my left, Press Coast. In front of me, I got 5K.
What up, Five?
What up, 5? Yeah, we don't have to inform you, but we do because this is our first time on camera. This is our first time on audio since this happened. But we regret to inform you. For those of y'all who haven't heard, I'm pretty sure it's about 2 or 3 y'all gotta be at this point. But PNB Rock, beloved rapper from Philly, was tragically gunned down in Los Angeles, Englewood to be exact, at a Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. At this point, saying it's allegedly over his jewelry. It's a robbery attempt, but he was fatally gunned down. This last week that just passed, man, and
Rest in peace to PNB.
rest in
man.
peace to PNB Rock, man.
Definitely R.I.P. to PNB Rock. We gonna take a shot for
Yeah, we can get this. Yeah, we don't usually do this, but we gonna get the pod started with a little shot. We got Onk in the building. You know what I'm saying?
Nearest, get your black whiskey.
Eye to eye. Eye to eye.
yes sir.
Eye to eye with y'all. You know what I'm saying? We here. But this one for PNB, man. May your liquor be cold, may your women be hot, all your problems slide off like snot. This one for PNB Rock. But yeah, man. Los Angeles. City of Angels, man. The City of Angels. Los Angeles, it seems at times, but a dangerous place it's become for rappers, for entertainers, for common people alike, visitors, tourists. Shout out to my guy Ivy Brown, somebody I chat with a lot, grew up with uptown. I chat with a lot on Facebook these days, but he said that the police warned you about a year ago. I forgot what was going on out there or what was happening, but they kind of warned people like, look,
We understaffed basically.
we cannot protect you.
Right.
Yeah,
We cannot protect you.
It was points, when we just got over the pandemic, it was a lot of outdoor eating. You were seeing videos of people just was running down on people in LA on like in broad daylight, Beverly Hills, Fairfax, Hollywood, didn't matter where you was at. Like if you, had chains or on jewelry on you, they was basically just, that was what it was on. Like I seen videos of this from like I said, coming fresh out of the pandemic when it was still out of the heavy outdoor eating situations.
Right. Shit, you was still out. You was still out the West Coast.
Yeah, but that was
West Coast. But I'm just saying, just the violence period, because the bit like what they call bipping out fucking and where you was at,
right in the Bay,
got crazy,
yeah,
which was breaking into cars and shit.
Yeah,
just I'm just talking about the level of just the negative energy. It kind of,
I just would say even level of negative energy and fucking flat out just theft.
Period.
Just flat out just theft. Like, ain't nothing else to call it. Like, it's just theft. Like,
I agree.
People just try and rob you. Like, we we talked about it last week, with Sauce Walker, somebody tried to take his shit.
Yep.
And that was the end result. You know what I mean? The end result was somebody losing their life. And here it go again. But it hit a little bit home.
Shout out to OGEs. I know a couple episodes ago we joked about the episode titles and shit. How niggas was saying they don't know none of the episodes. They couldn't tell you one of the episode titles of the PPP JAWN. But
Right.
OGEs, as it's so, I don't want to say properly, but it's so. It's so fitting. He named the last episode "Shiesty Season," man, and it feels like Shiesty Season is in full swing, man. It's in full fucking swing,
Unfortunately,
Unfortunately, you know what I mean? Like,
it's the close of summer. Like we getting into, you know what I mean?
What was affectionately known in the past as hoodie season
Hoodie
just now. You know
season.
what I mean?
Hoodie season and shiesty season is the same thing, though.
Synonymous for sure.
Yeah, the weather get cold. The wants
Synonymous.
the wants and the needs get a little bit more pressing. You know, the haves and the have-wants. I mean, the haves and the have-nots start to show a little bit more in the wintertime months. You know what I'm saying? People out vacationing, having a
Them
good time,
checks,
partying in the
them
summer.
checks
Yeah.
that you was getting from the spring throughout the summer gone. Them vacations you done spent all that bread on.
Facts.
It's back to reality from us. And then it's, you know what I'm saying, holiday season is upon us.
And as they saying, the wolves are out. They can smell it. They can smell it. So just caution everybody, man, celebrity or alike, anybody, any individual walking God's green earth, man. Just be extra careful, man, around these times, man. Like it's real crazy. And I was just talking to somebody about the dynamic in California that I realized. Whereas it's a crazy mix of people on the East Coast where you can go from all the way to poor to having a little bit to having a little bit more to having a little bit of some to having, you know what I mean? It's different levels of people to where out on the West Coast it feel like it's literally the haves and the have-nots.
Yeah.
It's either you got it or you don't.
In California, it definitely feel like either you got it or you don't.
Yeah.
And your only chance to have it is to put yourself in position to drastically change it.
Fact.
Like you gotta put yourself in position to where it's like, yeah, I drastically changed my situation, or you just gonna be on the have-nots.
And we talk about this a lot, just the different dynamics, the different cultures, even the culture within our culture. When we speak about the culture, when we doing things for the culture, there's different subcultures within that. Like when you break it down to state, when you break it down to city, when you break it down to demographic and geographic. You know what I mean? It's a lot going on, like within our culture that is astonishing to say the least.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot, man. A lot of gang politics, as I've been talking about, and I'm not glorifying this shit, but just a lot of that has been spoken up. You know what I mean? The checking in, the doing this, the not doing that. The one thing I do want to say here, like I was talking to OGEs earlier, is that here we gonna focus where we needed to be, and the reason that PNB Rock got killed was because of the person who pulled the trigger and walked in that Roscoe's. No other reason.
Right.
It's no other speculation to get into. It's no other they did this or they did that or posted this or posted that. The reason that it happened is because somebody walked in there with a motive to pull that trigger. Point blank, period. And that's it.
Right. Regardless to how they got there, why they was there, or I wouldn't say why they was there, but why they was there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Whether they was there because they seen me, whether they was there because they seen something, whether they was there because somebody called them, they came there with ill intent. Like, however you want to split it, you know what I'm saying? I find it hard to believe that it was just, I just happened to be walking in the Roscoe's and now I feel like robbing you.
I think everybody's in agreement with that, but anything further than that, anything further than you saying that I don't think that this was coincidence,
But that's
it's just
possible
speculation
too. Like you don't know if
So
like we know. I don't know what we know about the assailants per se. I don't know if y'all
right.
read
I don't
up
think
on
we,
that.
yeah, I mean, all the reading I did, they
No.
don't.
Yeah, it's nothing to really get dealt.
guess
It's
it-
nothing
I
to
guess it
dive.
would-
It's nothing to deep dive into. Everything is pretty much sounds like speculation at this point.
Right, but I mean, I feel like if it was somebody who was in the restaurant versus somebody who entered the restaurant, like you know what I mean. Like if imagine this, the goons they just happen to be getting breakfast too in this bitch, and they like, oh shit, this nigga. He's shiny as shit over there. Like fuck this. Like
And not to stop you, but which is
Right.
not out of the fucking ordinary, because if you look at a map of how the police view that area, like I was telling you too, he wasn't like at a tourist Roscoe's.
Right,
he was right in the middle of a gangland Roscoe's. Like any like the police blotter or the police map that they look at, it'll show you that it was like at least 4 to 5 sets that was directly positioned right around that Roscoe's, as if this is a place that only locals probably should be going to.
The disheartening videos that people follow up videos of people saying you got to do this to come to LA and this is the da 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 in LA is like nobody saying this shit corny. Like, you know what I'm saying, nobody being like, I don't like the vibes that we have as a city where you can't feel safe in our city. Like that's not the videos that I'm seeing. It's the other side of.
You can't feel safe anywhere with $100,000 on.
I'm
you.
just saying in general, in
Like,
terms of the energy
you know
that
what I'm
people is
saying?
making towards it. The energy is, you know what I'm saying, you shouldn't, like, the energy is more, to Tone point, the energy is more on how he was moving in the wrong and not.
Right, it's not
This-
victim blaming, but you can't move like that Dolly man. Like, you know what I'm saying?
But that is victim blaming.
That's not victim blaming. It's just
Matter of fact,
it's
it's
just,
a matter of fact.
It's not a matter of fact. It's just
That's how motherfuckers presented. That's how it's presented. It's presented as if it's a matter of fact. But at the same time, like, we humans, like, who says that we can't live? Why can't I let my hair down and not worry about nothing at one? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I even more so. I mean,
I
you
feel
know,
that.
jump
I
into
feel
my
you.
my hotep bag is like, wow, black people can't do it around each other. Like
Right.
that's really for me, that's really the thing is why black people can't do it around each other.
Right.
Why black people can't see another black person with money,
Right.
and you don't want to take that from him.
It almost feel like as since I made it to this stature, my optical threat is not even the man anymore.
It ain't.
It's actually the wolves that's out. Like they
Right.
say the wolves is out.
Like that shit kind of
Saying that you got to check in, saying that you can't do this. And I said that shit before on previous podcasts and shit. Like that gang politics shit is different. And I don't know how it pertains or how it intertwines with the rap game. I just know that it does. You know what I'm saying? And it's sad that motherfuckers got to move that way.
I mean, he wasn't even into like this situation looks like it was. It's closer to not coincidence but random. Like, you know what I'm saying? Not a coincidence, but like it wasn't like
Coincidental.
it was just like it was just like random, like
Right.
in the sense like I did not know these people beforehand. These people really just seen an opportunity, and this is where that situation ended up. Well, like I said, regardless of how the opportunity of ill intent came to the doers, that was just, you know what I'm saying, whether, like I said, whether they seen a location that him or her posted, whether they was on the corner and seen them walk in and said, oh shit, there go them lacking, whether somebody called them like, yo, this nigga in here with the whoop-de-woo, whatever, how it happened, even to E's point, niggas was in there eating on they gang joint like they always is on, and they seen him come in and they said, what the fuck is this? Like, however that happened, the moment it was this was about to happen, it was all ill intent. And to me, it's just crazy because it's like, why can't a black person not have ill intent from another black person based on what I got on? And I get it, what he got on might represent X amount of dollars, but I just don't. To me, X amount of dollars don't mean anything, and that shit is all about just the bullshit. Like all that shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't even want to, it's more speculation, but all that shit was going to do was turn into, we got your chain, this is how much we want for it back. Shit like that.
Right.
Like, that's all it probably was going to turn into had it been a, you know, nobody lost their life situation.
So we've talked about what actually happened. We've talked about the incident. I want to switch gears and closing out with the PNB Rock shit, just into the celebration part of it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Talk about PNB. Like I was talking to OGEs earlier in here, man. Like my first brush with PNB Rock is actually funny. I first heard about him back when I was rapping. I seen him going through shit in the streets. I seen him going through shit with the rap shit. I seen him doing shit with my man Chop. Shout out to Chop. Shout out to Film Op. And then also, like I was telling OGE's Twiz, a lot of y'all who know is a friend of the podcast, our brother, and who was my manager and my business partner at the time when I was doing the fucking music. He actually was working in the schools, and he worked with somebody in PNB. I don't know who it was. I don't think it might have been PNB, me and his brother, but I don't think it was. It might have been somebody a little bit lower down. However it went, he seen what Twiz was doing with me and wanted Twiz to be his manager or whatever, and wanted to collab and do all of that shit. And it just never came to fruition for whatever reason. No harsh reasons or anything like that. I think mainly because Twiz moved on to a different job or something like that. That's one way I came in and brushed with it. And then PNB, when I actually came to find out what PNB meant, is Pastorious and Baynton, which is actually a street in the Germantown section of the city where we live in. And that's a section of the city that I'm very familiar with. Like I know earlier podcasts we talked about Philly rap and shit like that. And Tappahocken and Morton is also in that neighborhood. It's not far at all from Pastorious and Baynton. You know what I'm saying? My dad actually grew up in that neighborhood. I don't speak about it much, but it's a lot of tragedy on my dad's side. But if you actually ever seen or ever drove up on Pastorious and Baynton, right when you pull up to the light, it's a light right there to your left. It's the tail end of a fucking project of a housing building. You know what I'm saying? And directly in front of you is what used to be Germantown High School. You know what I mean? So my dad actually grew up there. He grew up in Raymond Rosen projects earlier, but when he grew up a little bit older, he moved to that section. I mean, from hood to hood or whatever. But to make a long story longer, my dad had a sister, and his sister had 2 kids. My cousin Alonzo and my cousin Monica. My aunt Ebony, Linda was her name, government name, but Ebony was what she was affectionately known as in the streets. You know what I'm saying? However that go down. But my cousin, my aunt, and my cousin Monica, they were heavy in the streets. You know what I mean? To save long stories and details, I'll just leave it like that. My aunt was tragically murdered. My cousin died from AIDS. But my brother, it was a story. My mom and dad met through my brother, and they met in Germantown because my grandma at St. Vincent's used to run a thrift shop. My brother was in there one day. My one grandmom, who was my mom's mom, used to be in there in that thrift shop, and my other grandma ran the thrift shop. They didn't know each other at the time, but my brother went in there. My mom and dad met. Long story short, that's how my mom and dad got together. But at that time, my dad's mom ran a fucking daycare, and my brother used to go over there. He used to hang with my cousin Monica. I know this is a long story, but I'm about to tie it all in. She fucked with Khalik so much that she used to take Khalik around when she went around the hood or whatever, went around that neighborhood. And one of the places that we used to be and frequent with, that my brother tells me a lot, was Pastorious and Baynton, because there's a project building there and there's a fucking playground right in the middle of there. So she used to take my brother to the fucking poppy store, get him lollipops, taffies, candy, chips, all that shit, feed him up. And they used to swing right past there to the playground right in the middle of the fucking Pastorious and Baynton. And like I said, there's a lot of tragedy in my family. I don't know much, but driving past and always going to their house, I remember going past that project and seeing that playground. So anytime I think about anything back there, I think about that playground on Pastorious and Baynton. So that it's kind of near and dear to me. Well, not dear, but it's like it's near to me. It's very, 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 very familiar to me. Word. So when I heard of PNB Rock and I seen his ascension and seen him go up and do what he did, right, it was crazy to me. And I fucked with that somebody from there made it to where he made it. Like, right, that's crazy to me. Mm-hmm. Because like I told OGEs, as it goes with my family, all my family fought the same battles that fucking PNB Rock fought, and they lost. We have 0 wins. Right. So, I mean, that's my story. That's OGE's story as far as not OGE's. I'm tripping. I'm not OGE's. That's Uptown Tone story. I'm in full pie mode right now, playing God mode on the 2K right now. I'm controlling everybody. But
I was just going to say a couple of notable things. Like, I heard that PNB Rock, like his mom, she lost like 2 other children. Like, so just told her 3 children lost. I'm not sure if it's all the gun violence, but that's a
right, but it's in his music. He just said in the song that we listened to, I know what it feels like to lose somebody close to you.
And he was 30 years old, survived by his
2 daughters.
2 daughters, and he was with his.
I don't know if that was one baby mom. I don't know.
I think they confirmed that she's the mother of one of his children.
I don't know if it's one of them or
right. I think it's one
one of them.
One of his baby moms. One of them. So that was a shorty.
Right, that was definitely a shorty. I just don't know the.
I think it was. You're right.
One of them, not both of them.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
no,
but
he was trying to say he didn't know if his chick was his baby mom.
I didn't know she was the baby mom of both.
Oh no, she's not the baby mom of both.
Right.
That's what I was saying.
Right. No.
I knew what I was talking about, though. I fucked up once. I'm not OGE. That's the only thing I said wrong.
Damn. He trying to say you a fuck up.
Right. He trying to put. A perennial one.
I don't like
Where's
that.
my belt?
All right, man. So where we going?
Tap into the mental.
Rest
in
How y'all
peace.
doing, man?
Rest in
Rest
peace,
in
PNB
peace.
Rock. Prayers and power to the family.
Yeah.
Condolences to the family. Everything we need.
It's
Everything
crazy.
y'all need.
Yeah, and definitely is no.
We sending it to y'all.
Yeah, in a time like this, it's just sad. It's sad you saw all of the other stuff that came out with it, like him just talking about semi getting pressed by ops in LA. That clip with academics
A week
saw that?
before, right? It just speaks to what we just saying. It's crazy in LA. Everybody knows it.
Can I interject here with a thought?
What's the thought?
What's the levels of not disrespecting the dead, but being honest about a person?
I think it's in presentation. You just have to have. If you have the words, if you feel you have the words.
So when the queen died, I feel like we seen mad disrespect to the dead in the jokes and all of that.
Right, but it's different for that.
That's different.
So all I'm saying is, I actually had a happy hour with some folks today, and somebody, they're gonna be a new listener, so I hope they appreciate this point. This is not my point. Somebody was like, "Yeah, man, no disrespect to the dead, and I want to, rest in peace and all of that. But if I have to be honest,
Bless you.
all my encounters with this person indicate that this was not a very good person, regardless to this situation."
Right.
In grand schemes of how this person moves and what they do relative to, like, if this person, let's say somebody's in hospitality and they're like, yeah, they've had rooms, and the way that they've left the rooms and the way that they've treated the staff was some of the most disrespectful.
Yeah, that don't have nothing to do with getting shot down. If
I know. I'm saying, so what if somebody says, rest in peace, but I knew this person personally and I don't think that they was a good person? Like, I'm not, obviously they didn't, like I said,
Right,
what is the levels for being honest about a person's character as it relates to them passing?
that is irrelevant in this case. But if it was more so like, if like to more so what I've been what I mean, this is allegedly, allegedly ease. This is hearsay. I don't know, but I know I was around my pop way. He living around Sharp Neck and Cherokee, and I was just at his crib one day in the afternoon, and it was like a fucking shooting at like 2 in the afternoon, like around the corner. And they were saying it was, what I'm saying,
Right. So that's
PNB, what I'm saying.
right. So with
it's
that
like,
being said, it's like, what are the levels of I'm not disrespecting the dead, but a person?
It's relative. Like saying
It is.
he,
It's
that's what I'm
kind of
saying.
relative.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's relative for this case. Like getting
For the
back-
record, personally, I don't think you or the person who made the comment or any comments to that, I don't think that you're disrespecting the dead. I think that you're exercising opinion and
you speaking to your experience.
it's speaking to your experience, and in some instances speaking fact, because it comes out as that a lot of times afterwards in these situations. It's not. You're not wrong.
I'm not
You're
lying.
wrong.
These are literally things that, like, if a person says this is what happened, the person came in this day, said this thing to this person, said this thing to that person, left this that way, didn't do this at the end of it, and this is what was the result of this person's interactions.
That's fact, and not only that, but it's a lot of people who share in that specific area, and that's what you're speaking to. What was coming out.
But it's just like that's irrelevant to me. Like if I met,
It's relevant in the world of being in the celebratory space.
not celebratory. I'm just
I
saying
think it's
like
Revered, even.
I'm saying it's
Fuck celebratory, revered.
I think it's relevant. It's relative in the space of when it's like when you go to celebrate a person in mourning
But that's
and
what-
post. You know what I'm saying? Like the accolades is pointed to, the highlights is pointed to. When it's like, well, a lot of people it's like, I don't appreciate this person being celebrated. Like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like, I can probably name a few people that if and when they pass is going to be mixed emotions. Like, you know what I'm saying? R. Kelly is a person that I would be like, you know what I'm saying? When his time on this earth ends, it will be mixed emotions, right? It's going to be the people that's like, we should celebrate his music because his music was good and he's not here no more. Then it's going to be the people that's like, he was a piece of shit.
That's fair. I think that the position that we're talking about that we're on right now, and that's the position of queen, that's the position of royalty. I think that more so than celebrated, it's revered. A lot of people bow down and place themselves secondary to that position. So I think
That's true.
to whom much is given, much is tested. Much is tested, much is expected. However the fucking saying goes, it's both.
Okay.
Honestly, but so I think that it's a different level. It's a different fucking level when you're talking about queen, when you're talking about royalty. As far as they want to as far as they want to position themselves, as far as they do, which we'll get into what the fuck is the getting into, and if I can bring it up.
I mean, we ain't even do the mental check-in though.
Where we at? Where we at with it? Five. Where you at with it on the mental check-in?
Sandman land.
Me. Speaking of which, me.
You were right. You're saying Sandman be living
Right.
in here. Sandman be in
Right.
here Friday nights.
Shout out to the WB. You brought the Sandman in here.
Right, the Sandman, WB brought the Sandman in here, and now that nigga just be chilling on the Friday night.
But speaking of the Sandman, dog, my mental check-in is good. Me and Court been watching fucking old Apollo episodes. Speaking of the Sandman, and them Jones is pretty funny. Steve Harvey was out there. Rudy Ray was a host. Sinbad was a host. Fucking who else? I can't think right now. Somebody else was a host. But there was a lot of good episodes. Shit's funny, man. Shit's rolling. You know how we do, man.
Where you
Wintertime
watching
coming.
old episodes of that from?
YouTube.
Okay.
You already know. Come
You got
on,
the,
University.
You got your
YouTube.
premium?
Where we at, and you already know what it's time for. Subscribe,
that.
smash the fucking button. Here, there, whenever she get it there, we here. Pop lock
Drop,
is there. Subscribe. But yeah, I watch it on YouTube. What'd you say?
Later.
Yes, sir.
Wildin', man.
But yeah, I'm watching it on YouTube, yo. This guy, man. This fucking guy, man. This fucking guy, man.
See this guy?
You see this fucking guy? This fucking guy.
That was the wrong drop.
That was the wrong drop, man. He's working on it, y'all. But yeah, man. Anyways, that's
you have
how
your moments,
that's
man.
that's how I'm doing, man. I'm chilling. Umpteenth week of potty training. We still potty training with Asa, but Asa is fucking advanced everywhere else. We thinking about a Montessori at this point, man. I don't think a regular school can hold him down. This boy's on some other shit, man.
Oh yeah.
But other than that, man, we chilling, man. That's just the rumblings in my world. How y'all feeling, man?
I'm chilling, man. I'm good. Spirits is high. Just trying to keep the momentum going. Keep pushing through. We almost to 2023, man. We had the last couple days of summer. Like this, by the next episode, we be in the fall officially. So
By the next episode. Oh, yeah.
my mentals is good.
P?
Scatteredy brains. Life's moving too fast. Needs to slow down. But, you know, you just got to keep pushing. Like, there's a lot of shit. Good shit, though. Like, just, it's a lot of juggling, a lot of different,
That's a fact.
things. So, just, try to push forward, make it happen. And, I mean, do the best I can to, come through when I can come through. And, hopefully things come through the way I need them to come through and fall in line and fall into place. And, but it's good shit, though.
Go ahead.
What was that?
No, go ahead. I was going to say something different. So if you got anything else to say on your mentals?
Oh,
No.
I guess my mentals are done.
No. You got anything else?
You knew he activated you. Don't be petty. Let him get
I
it.
guess my mentals are done.
This
I was
nigga don't want to talk about his mentals anyway, man.
This
I
nigga don't want to
was.
talk about his mentals anyway. Here he goes, dog. He always get his true feelings out.
Do you think that I'm the black man that needs help?
This
getting
nigga
off
don't
my
want to talk
mentals?
about his mentals anyway.
Do you think I need help talking about my mentals?
He just said he's scared. Like, that's why niggas, and that's why black men don't talk about their mentals. My man just said he was scatterbrained. Life is moving too fast. That was the most candid I've ever heard press coast. And here comes OGEs. This nigga don't want to talk about his mentals anyway.
Yeah.
He came through on some Debo shit, dog. Like,
I'm not coming through on some Devo shit. I'm coming through. I'm coming through to say what's up.
I'm tripping.
Thank
I
you.
gave you the joke. I gave you me an ease handshake.
I'm just wanted to say what's up. Thank you to everybody who's been listening, sharing.
you see how he come with the sympathy slip? Why are you hating
this
on
is-
press coast? We don't want.
I'm not hating on the press coach. Not hating. I just wanted to shout out all of the new listeners, all the new subscribers, all the people who listen, like, shared, and subscribe, and tried to put somebody else onto this podcast. We thank you. We love you. We appreciate you.
Yeah, because there's a lot of y'all, man, for sure, dog. Shout out to Baba Ben, man. Shout out to Ben 800. He got a lot of aliases. Yeah, he got a lot of analytics. But he got a lot of aliases these days, man. But shout out to Ben 800. Shout out to Baba Ben, man. He been fucking giving me crazy paragraph feedback on the episode. He fucked with the councilman John. He fucked with all the E's fucking
I don't
landlord
like
adventures,
that.
dog.
Give me I don't like that.
Okay, go ahead.
What don't you like, Doug?
He about to tell you.
I don't like that.
Baba Ben,
Ben.
you tapping in with Tony, you ain't tapping in with me.
Oh man, he tapping in though. We all.
I'm rich homie Quan. Some type of way. Feel some type of way. That's all I'm saying.
Preston, I love you, my brother.
Right.
Holla at me, man.
Holla at him, man.
It's cool.
I tap in with my guy weekly, man.
I know. I see.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I'm pulling up now. Say no more, man.
But other than that, man, it seemed like the vibes is high, man. 5 looked like she had a good week. She doing her thing. I know she definitely want to give a special rest in peace to PNB because that's her guy. She don't be on the camera, but I'll speak for her if I'm allowed to.
She knew every PNB lyric from the pre-show.
Facts. So 5.
Even the freestyles like the Jones, how we used to know the Cassidy freestyles.
It's not a song that came that Ease played that 5 wasn't vibing.
She knew the freestyles. Like, you know how we knew Cassidy freestyles where like, you know, he did this joint on the block, right?
Facts. 5 know all them Jones.
Right.
So I'm gonna speak for 5. She said a big rest in peace, a big prayers and power out to PNB Rock, his family, and everybody involved. I
mean, we didn't talk about it, but we can, you know, kind of get it off.
What you want to get off?
You know what I'm saying, is that the culture of you know, Empire Records, the distributor? Like,
I mean,
There's some nasty connections to Empire Records. Let's just say.
at first it was
straight.
conspiracy theory. At first it was like, it might be, but now at this point it's like, what the fuck is going on? What's going on at Empire Records?
In the
dog?
past 4 years, there's been 6 rap artists who have passed away who've had some type of relationship with Empire Records, whether they were signed.
Damn, Aaliyah was on Empire?
somebody said that was pre-Empire. That was before mergers or something like that.
I think Empire bought her catalog.
Right.
Like, so that
Without Aaliyah, it's still Triple X, King Von, Mo 3, Young Dolph, and PNB Rock.
All shootings.
All shootings, and that's in the last 4 years. That's all gun violence.
And they all around the same time.
All.
And Drake Yo the Ruler, Drake Yo the Ruler is from LA and he got shot or stabbed and backstage at a show. Like he was signed to Empire too. That's the 6th one without Aaliyah. Like it was 6 rappers.
Drake Yo the Ruler.
Right.
So I'm saying they all got shot.
Or Draco the Ruler. I don't know.
To me, the reason why this is weird, man. I feel like they all got shot in public spaces. You would think they would be safe, and there was no real beef. Like, you see what I'm saying? So like,
No, I feel you.
so maybe King Von's might be with beef attached, but XX was at a motorcycle dealership type situation. Somebody tried to rob him. Mo 3, only reason why I know Mo 3 because I was in Dallas and they was playing his music and it was popping and he like passed like the week after or something like that.
Right.
It was real weird, but I just remember like I went to Dallas a few times, so I heard of Mo 3, and then I went to Dallas like a week after he passed or got murdered, and his joint was on some like he was driving on the freeway and somebody just started shooting at him. Young Dolph Jones was on some bakery getting some cookies. And then PNB Rock joint was at a chicken and waffles. Like, they all was, to me, was on some, like, unsuspecting.
Execution style almost, you want to say.
Like, unsuspecting type joints. Like, you gonna catch, this is the moment you'll catch this person lacking. And they all was in the fall. It just, it's real scary.
Do you have a take?
Not really. I mean, it's just I don't. There's deeper, darker conspiracies to this that they're saying that you know that these artists probably signed some type of power of attorney with Empire Records, and they could have all the record company could have benefited financially from life insurance policies. That's what the speculation is. There's no confirmation of this. There's no paper trail to this type of speculation.
So I'll take this road. I'll take this road. Who is Empire Records? How long have they been in existence? And are they a subsidiary of anybody? Because I'll say this. We know the heavy hitters. We know the Universals. We know the Warner Brothers. We even know the Def Jams of the world. And it seems like their artists move a little bit different. Could it be, to some extent, that the what's the word I'm looking for? When you talk about green or just the inexperience, you know what I mean? It's a new record label. Are they coming into so much success that they don't realize the stature of the artists that they have and don't move correctly with them, or don't advise them, or don't? Because I feel like a Def Jam would never, a Warner Brothers would never, a Universal would never. In this fashion, like to this, maybe a one. I mean, maybe a one here. Maybe I know Bad Boy had one with Biggie. I know Death Row had one with Pac. I know there's a lot of others sprinkled in there. But growing up for us, it was like one. It was like few and far between. Like it was one here or there, like years in between. You know what I mean? Of a major artist passing, or even something tragic happened. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Are we in agreement with that?
Yeah.
It feels like you said, this is fucking 6 in the last 4 years. That's ridiculous. My son's in the other room tonight. He's in the building. So many artists that he's grown up on through his years. He's seen more artist death than I've ever seen in my life. A lot of the artists that I grew up on and that I fuck with are still here, kicking alive, making music today. A lot of the artists that he's gravitated to in the last fucking, like we just said, 4 years are no longer here.
Right.
Pop Smoke, Juice WRLD, not on this list. A bunch of people. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Nip. A lot of motherfuckers. But particularly with this Empire Records outfit. This Empire Records situation, this Empire Records, whatever we want to call it. A record label, a business, a company. You know what I mean? This situation, as we so love to say in Philly. This Empire Records situation. What the fuck is going on here that these guys are losing artists, it seems, at the drop of a dime? Why after the first one it seems like no adjustments have been made? Are you guys just a shadow label, just here just to collect a check? What happened to artists development? What happened to artist protection? What happened to protecting the assets?
I think it'd just be distribution deals. I don't think it'd be the full.
Okay.
It don't be the full 360. Right. Empire distribution. Like.
Got you.
Right, no, it's definitely a distribution deal.
Gotcha.
It's definitely distribution.
And that's what it is.
They're not.
But that's what I'm saying. So,
but even still, I think that's why it's something particular with this label, because the caveats in the red carpet and everything that gets rolled out with the other ones, it doesn't really come with them. A check comes with these motherfuckers. This business is not really the shit that comes with it. But go ahead, P.
I mean, it's like I just tried to outline. I'm not conspiracy theory guy. I'll read into some connections, and if I walk like a duck, talk like a duck, sometimes it might just be a little kazoo thingy. So you gotta pay attention.
The kazoo.
So
hustle man, you came in here with a goddamn kazoo.
Yeah, so you gotta be careful, but sometimes, like I just said, like I said, I won't be, like I said, on face value, it's easy to be like, all right, yeah, these people is boom, boom, boom. But that's why I said, well, let me look at how they pass. And when you look at all of their passings, they all, to me, are just weird. Like,
yes, they are.
Weird. Like,
agreed. I'm
trying to think of other artists, I hate to say it, but I'm trying to think of other artists that may have gotten killed and how they have gotten killed. And I feel like there might have been beef linked to it. Like, it was like, yeah, they was beefing, right? Or, he got shot because of that. Whoop, whoop. Whereas, like, maybe King Von is the only one. And I don't know too much about Chicago. You know more about than I do.
Right.
So that's why I'm keep saying maybe, because I don't know.
Well, he got killed trying to start out of state beef spontaneously. King Von. It was somebody that was on wax. He was trying to go there and see what they was about. he wasn't really strapped with his artillery or anything because he was out of state. He spun away from the security that he was actually with to make his own move. This is the story that's out there. And that's why he ended up in the situation that he ended up in. He made a spontaneous move that was really on him. You know what I mean? It's a lot of speculation here and there, and even what he said in his last words, like "y'all let me," but it's a lot of shit that happened leading up to that. He was out of state.
No, he was King Von was based out of the A. Like that nigga, if you remember that nigga, you know, I mean, him and Dirk got booked. Y'all remember? And
No, I do.
Shot outside of the. What the fuck is that shit called? The little Coca-Cola fast food spot, tourist spot.
Sugar Factory?
No, in the A. It's
No, they fucking sat. He sat for years. Yeah, he sat for a couple years on that. No, I know exactly what you said. But being based out of the A and being from the A is two different things. You can't mobilize as fast. That's basically what I'm trying to say. Is you can't mobilize as fast as these motherfuckers can. So when it came down to it, he was out of state. He spun off from the security or whoever it was that was holding him down out of there and did his thing. He was definitely based out of the A, and that's why he felt so comfortable and going and doing what he did. But it turned out to be fatal. So I'm not. I mean, no, you're right. But you absolutely right in what you're saying. Yeah. He was for sure based out of the A. He was for sure down there heavily at that point. He was for sure heavily when we say based out of the A. He was there frequently. He had a spot.
That's where for the interstate. That's where PNB Rock. They said was living out of the A. He was only in LA for T Grizzly wedding.
Got you.
And it was an extended stay.
Yeah,
right. T Grizzly got married during the weekend, right?
Right. T Grizzly made numerous posts, man, and that's another thing that I was saying to OGEs. Just the amount of posts that I did see, just in the celebratory fashion of PNB Rock. It seemed like he was a real solid, real nigga in the industry that put a lot of these young guys who we see, gave them their first chance, or he was their first industry nigga that they met, and they call him brother.
His industry character and his other character, I think, are different, but I feel you.
Right.
Because I think a lot of people are liked in the industry, but regular people be like they assholes.
Right. That's a fact.
But speaking of people shooting, people's favorite, I mean, you know what I'm saying, I guess putting two things together, people's favorite coon, in my brother Dr. Umar's words, Bull Charleston White.
It only takes a little bit of white brainwash to activate the coon chip in the average Negro.
My man shot himself in the strip club.
That nigga's crazy, dog. Charleston White.
Plaxico buried himself in the strip club.
Cheddar Bob, Plaxico Burressed.
What state was he in, though?
Give us the state. I feel like Miami is it.
I don't know.
That's all that really mattered. Like
I want to say Miami.
Plaxico shit was only drawing because he had to do a year for that shit. Not only did you shoot yourself.
I think he's in Florida. I think it happened in Florida.
Okay.
Don't quote me, but I think. But this nigga Cheddar Bob himself, yo. That's the thing about it. That's the whole thing about this. He Cheddar Bob, he Plaxico Burressed himself. All the shit that he taught, all of this and all that. He shot his motherfucking self. And that just goes to show you, man, God don't like ugly, as my grandma would say. God don't like ugly. It's the point where you informing people.
He's in Dallas.
He was in Dallas.
Shot himself in the club in Dallas. You can definitely, certain clubs, you definitely get in the burner in there in Dallas if you know people. Like I've been in the Dallas strip clubs, and I definitely
been in there with the burner.
No, I felt like people have been strapped in there.
You felt that heat?
Actually,
Whoa.
He was ready. I seen him. He leaned in.
Who you pausing? Me or Toad?
Listen, it was a lot of pause hammer talk going on. So.
Pause hammer. Pause you, nigga. You're not supposed to say that as the pause police, dog. Pause police rule number 1, you don't fucking explain yourself, dog.
A little pause.
We still found a way to turn it back on that nigga.
But
So good.
You don't explain yourself, cadet. You throw the pause out there and that's that.
calling a nigga cadet is crazy. No, fucking. So matter of fact, when I think about that, I was in Dallas. I had a bodyguard. The crew had a bodyguard, and boy was strapped. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
Damn.
The people that I was with, they required a bodyguard, and the person had a gun. He had the full 5 on him.
The big gun. I had the 4 or 5 on me.
You know.
Big gun. The big gun. Shout out to D'Angelo fucking Barksdale.
They said, and I went to the window. Tap, tap, tap.
If y'all haven't, man, y'all better watch the fucking Wire, dog. Some of these episodes, we gonna get into some culture, man. Me and Preston is gonna nerd out. I don't know if fucking if Ease is on it, but we gonna nerd. At the end of this, at the end of the season, we definitely gonna nerd out on fucking on House of Dragons when that ends and give our synopsis of that shit.
But yeah, so yeah.
I was gonna say I tapped in with the
Let's
Shy.
go.
too.
Let's go. The Shy?
Yeah, the Shy. I caught up on the Shy.
Man.
Shy is man.
Ever since the bull with the food truck died, that joint been spiraling out of control, dog.
Yeah, it's fully spiraled.
Ever since he did his thing in real life to prompt his death in fake life.
Luke James' character is.
I hate him. I hate them all.
It's one of the sickest characters. It's not the sickest, but I mean he only had Bussy. Like he never had. He only went Bussy.
Pause, dog. Like this book can pause me, but then go and just get
I
that
wasn't
flagrant,
even,
dog.
I just started hearing. I didn't hear the whole conversation, but then it started to register when he mentioned Luke James. Because then I'm like, oh, I remember who Luke James' character was, and then I'm like, oh, I remember who Luke James' character was supposedly in a relationship with.
Right.
So then when you say he keep trying to do something that's related to sexual acts. And register, and Tone is right. Pause yourself.
And Tone is right. That's all. I love hearing that.
Pause
Pause,
yourself,
nigga.
man. Pause.
Yeah.
Wait, man. Shout out to the two-way topic was started by there was a Dr. Umar sighting.
Yeah.
Quick and short. He was just having a good time. I like that.
I do too. And that's the only reason why I put it on the docket, because y'all know we here at the PPP joint are big fucking advocates of fucking Dr. Umar. We might not have sent no dollars, but we send our fucking prayers and power as much as we can, and we fucking highlight them on our platform, and I think that that's worth just as much as any dollar we could send.
Yeah, man. And if you want to come on the pod, Dr. Umar,
we here, baby.
You're welcome.
You already know what it is, man. We had you at the Young Men's Conference back in 2010.
Damn, before you was on the,
before you was who you was, I know who you is, nigga. You know what I'm saying? So,
my brother, we rocking with you.
Absolutely. And I recently seen you over there at Full Saigon. Me and you know where it's at. I won't.
That's right.
Come on.
No,
come
keep
on
it a
now.
bean.
Come on,
keep it a bean, dog. No, you keep it a bean.
I am keeping it a bean.
When y'all saw him in there, what did he do, dog? Come on, Dr. Umar.
He went in there. I couldn't get his attention because he came in there quick. He obviously called ahead of time and came in there and dropped the name, got his food, and bounced. But I will tell you this. Shout out to Court G's. Court G's not feeling Dr. Umar because as hard as he go on the internet, she wondering what the fuck is he doing in Full Saigon to begin with. Why are you eating this Asian food, brother? Why are you in here indulging these
patronizing
in these Vietnamese delicacies?
Patronizing somebody, not the black man.
I try to shoot him some bill, and Court shoot that shit down every time, and listen, man, she got a point.
You might have to come and defend yourself
on the PPP joint just for Court G's, because Court G says she's not feeling that shit, Dr. Umar. And listen, man, we got our household torn a little bit when Dr. Umar comes up a little bit. Like, we fuck with him on the bidding side. We fuck with you, man. How they be bidding, you be bidding, and we bid back. We fuck with that.
He gonna say how you be bidding, and you bid back. Like
we
the
fucks
nigga
with all
knows
of that.
Like the nigga knows he's in a bidding situation.
Yeah, but when you go hard and you stand on your principles, we seen you in full Saigon, my brother. You know what I'm saying?
Folding like Saigon.
For them fucking, we know you was getting them spring rolls, that fucking pho. You know what I'm saying? We know what you was on in there, dog. And I'm not mad at you
And they
because
wasn't the cheesesteak.
we
egg
was
rolls.
in there too, my brother, but we just don't go as hard as you do. So we was wondering why we seen you.
No, but somebody was like, I don't want to say they said I can't stand, but they was like, I just can't get over that you like this brother. And I'm like, what you mean? Like how I'm not? And like I always meet, whenever I meet people
that you like this brother.
Whenever I meet people and we kind of, dance around Hotep talk, I always be super pro Dr. Umar just to get a reaction out of people. And I'll be like, but let's keep it a bean though. He be telling the truth. And then I'll say like 3 things and they'll be like, there, yeah. So it's like, you kind of got to just be like, and so that's why people just be like, but he funny. So I know he be doing the character shit and he be trying to be funny. Whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. I'm like,
It's the presentation of it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it make people not really listen to the content. Like, it's a lot of content, it's a lot of words. If you really listening, and that's what you're here for. But if you're here to judge off the presentation, off the boisterousness, off the fucking, and then that's all you're going to get into, then that's all you're going to take away from it.
Right? No, real rap.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like he say what he say, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Because it'd be like he be trying to make a point. He be trying to hit his points home.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know what I'm saying? He engraved in my man's head, consciousness over coochie.
Over punani.
Politics.
Keep telling y'all that.
Over,
Telling you, consciousness over coochie.
Let's get it.
Politics over punani. I keep telling y'all
this.
Come on, man.
Consciousness comes before coochie.
He keep telling y'all this.
He keep telling y'all this.
Consciousness.
But he capping though.
But we was just trying to tell y'all we seen him on the street. One thing I do want to get into, because Uptown Tom, I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm gonna look into my camera, look at the main camera. I'm lit right now, man. It's a celebration for PNB. We also rolling right now. But I want to get into some serious shit before I forget, because P fucking already fucking made mention of it earlier, and he went to the Crown. He went to the Crown already. So I just want to make this one fact about the Crown, is that we know anybody who watches Game of Thrones or who's involved with any of this shit, the crown gets passed down, and the crown has been passed down to Prince Charles, who is now King Charles.
Okay.
King Charles.
Okay.
You follow me?
Yep.
You follow me? All right. King Charles has inherited a mass of fortune. Thank you, P, for bringing it up on the big screen. I need to see it on the big screen because I cannot read this little ass writing. As the new head of the firm, King Charles now oversees some $42 billion in assets, and he's inherited himself personally $500 million from Queen Elizabeth, including her castles, her jewels, art collection, and a horse farm. All of it tax-free. Shout out to my guy Sherm, CMG. They reported on this and they got it from Forbes. I don't even want to talk about the Queen. I don't even want to talk about the King. Scroll down a little bit more, or go to the next slide, P, so I can see the There's no taxation. The first slide pretty much says that they're exempt from taxation, income tax, and capital gains tax.
The royal family.
The royal family. If you don't know what those are, just search those 3 things. Those are very important in life. Those are things that we are fucking grinding tooth and nail, fucking working those 8, 9, 10 hour, 12 hours, 16 for some of y'all in that nursing field that I know y'all are, that home care field. And that money that they take out of our check, that money that we pay back at the end of the year, that shit that we get back at the end of the year, they're not even worried about that shit. Inheritance tax is a tax that should actually happen when assets pass over from one hand to another in the form of death. They paid zero.
I don't think that should be a thing, and it's kind of crazy that they don't have to pay it.
It is.
I agree with what you were saying. I was about to say, like,
I don't think it should be a thing, but it's
not-
crazy that they don't have to pay if other people do.
That's facts. I'm gonna third that and agree with both of you guys. I'm just putting it out there of what happened. I'm not saying that I agree with this or not agree with. I didn't even get to that part yet, but
Shouldn't be a thing.
it
That's wild.
definitely shouldn't be a fucking thing. That's wild as fuck.
Fuck.
That's wild as fuck, dog.
You know what
It's legitimately taxing people for life.
The real family is like, you know what, that is wild.
Yeah.
Exempt us from that dumb
Move
shit.
to the next slide though.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
This is the last one.
Oh, last one. My bad. All right, so we already know what he got, the horse farm and all of that. What I'm saying is this. Fuck the royal family. When we talk about generational wealth, when we say these things, when we talk about the strides that we're trying to make, when we talk about business ownership, LLCs, when we talk about moving money from here and there, when we talk about A1 and 750 and 800 and 850 credit, when we talk about doing things that our parents didn't do for us and doing for our kids, this is the pinnacle of that shit. Like, this is the best you can fucking do it. You guys agree?
Yes, I mean, there's nothing that's
Queen Elizabeth died on what date? Last week?
right.
And in one foul swoop, one sign of an ink pen or one transaction, assets transferred to the next person breathing, living, and able. Like that. Like that.
Yeah.
That's what we strive for when we talk about generational wealth. Now, if you think about that, and if you take into consideration everything that P was saying about how some people say, well, the queen, she did this and she did that and whatever. We don't really feel this way about her. Some people feel they revere her. Some people feel blasé. However you feel on whatever end of the spectrum you are, personable, business-wise, or however you feel emotionally about the queen is what it is. But to amass the generational wealth that we say we aspire to get, when I talk about, because we're going to get into it some more with some more subjects, but the billionaires of the world. And we can get into that next. We can get into that now.
Mm-hmm.
With the billionaires. And what it takes to actually do that. When we say it a lot, especially now. Especially since the pandemic and everybody been enjoying the PUA and the PPP. That's why we the fuck here. But to amass what we say we want to amass, do we understand what that fucking takes? For real, for real? For real, for real. I'm talking about King Charles is that like this. He has it like now as we speak, as we record this. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Everything from back to fucking the 14, 1200s, the 13, everything that they had from that point on to now is his.
Right.
In 3 days or less, like they tell you at the bank. We can get it to you in 3 to 7 business days. He got that shit in 3 to 7 business days. Did he not, OGEs?
Yeah, because it's like, it's really simply turnkey. It's like, y'all got a card that's just good. Like, y'all shit is good. Like, there is no, you can't overspend the account that you working with. You know what I'm saying?
Facts,
like,
man.
it's like, you are the bank's amount. Like, you know what I mean?
To just see what we doing, to see how you got to move, what you got to do, what you got to amass. Rest in peace, PNB Rock, but it's a lot of speculation about how he was moving with what he had. And I'm not saying that I fucking subscribe to that fucking, the school of that thought. But what I'm saying is in the realm of the conversation, because it's out there. Do we understand what it really takes to really protect that? To really push that forward, to really make sure or ensure that that goes on to the, do we really? You know what I'm saying? Like, just to be on two different ends of the spectrum, just to, you know what I mean? Just a little conversation piece. You know what I'm saying? For y'all too, for everybody listening. Not just for OGEs or just for Prescos. For y'all listening. Like, do we really under fucking stand Like I talk about this all the time on previous episodes. It don't matter what the fucking podcast name is. Uptown Tone has fucking said this shit all the time. Billionaire status. What does it really take to be a billionaire? What are you really doing? What are you really into? Who are you really into it with?
You're just doing it, man.
Yeah, you just doing it.
You just doing it, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Nicki Minaj, man. She been getting killed all over the internet.
This is your moment. For
Shout out to
another
Nicki
week,
Minaj.
Nicki on this joint.
Shout out to Nicki Minaj, man. She, you know, been getting killed on the internet. People talking about she been beefing with this person and that person. I don't really care for that.
Right.
But we have come upon
The 1 year anniversary.
my cousin in Trinidad won't get the vaccine because his friend got it and became impotent. His testicles became swollen. His friend was weeks away from getting married. Now the girl called off the wedding. So just pray on it.
Pray on it, y'all.
And make sure you're comfortable with your decision. Not bullied.
This was at 10:44 p.m. Eastern time,
She must have been high.
September 13th, 2021.
Yeah, man, Nicki.
That was your Nicki Minaj.
So just make sure. What was that last line? Was the one, man. I'm about to put that. So just pray on it and make sure you're comfortable with your decision.
Not bullied.
I'm ready to put that in my fucking bio.
Make sure.
You're comfortable with your
Pray on it and
decision,
make sure you're comfortable
comma,
with your
not
Not
bullied.
bullied.
Don't forget the fucking comma, please, when you put it in your bio.
Yo, Nicki was on one. Nicki has been on one, so
I feel like her and Cardi been into it since then, dog. Like,
Oh, it's not on the docket, but apparently Cardi pled guilty to some aggravated assault charges of paying somebody $5,000 to whip some woman's ass or some shit like that.
I haven't heard about it. I'm unfamiliar.
I don't know either about that, but Cardi is I definitely seen something about Nicki throwing shots at Cardi and her new music or something like that.
Cardi has pled guilty to third-degree assault and reckless endangerment for her involvement in the 2018 strip club brawl. She agreed to do 15 days of community service and will have to serve 15 days in jail if she fails to complete it.
They play on a different level, dog, and that's just what we talking about, man.
Right.
All right, man. I gave him $5,000. I'll do 15 days of community service.
What was I about to say? Damn. Oh, you keep refreshing your timeline. They keep talking about Doc Rivers. Doc Rivers must have got hacked. He got some real nasty likes. Like, it's super nasty. Like, this nigga.
Come on, man. You try to bring us the shit that ain't on the docket and you ain't got it.
Right.
No, you Google. I didn't say anything. I saw it already. It was some super nasty likes. What's up, man? Y'all got anything else for COVID Chronicles? Oh, I will say, you said that in the doctor interview, she mentioned it. I'm seeing heavy campaigning for everybody. I need everybody to take this seriously. Get the vaccine boosters. If you're 12 or older, they were like, yo, everybody should tap back into the doses.
We're going to drop the tape, but Double A said last week her kids is back. Everybody in her family boosted. This a family
what
affair.
What level of boost? Like,
How many boosts you need to be boosted?
oh, all right, like 5-6 times. Like, it's,
Whatever boost levels you need.
Right.
like we had like 6-7 boosts. Like,
No. It's like when you
it's
it's like when you got that game on your phone and they got that shit over there on the side that it say, yo, $2.99 for this pack. What they saying? It's time to get into that, dog. Like No more free game. No more.
Oh, you
It's,
need that season pass?
it's time to get into the season pass,
It's
P.
time to
Like
get
it's
into the
time.
season pass,
Y'all
for
acting
sure.
funny, but y'all gonna regret this shit in the long run. Y'all, it's
Season
time
pass
to
time.
them coins that you thought $2.99, $4.99, $7.99. You know what I'm saying? We got levels for everybody. Dog.
Right.
I don't know what y'all waiting for. Like
Right.
we've been telling y'all, it's that
I'm
time.
telling
It's
y'all,
that type
like,
time.
They basically like, look, we got a small minority of people who is fucking with every drop. Like it's like the
Right.
It's like the iPhone. Like it's a new iPhone dropping. Everybody don't need the newest iPhone. You know, it's some people who ain't get an iPhone in 3 years though, or 2 years. They just paid off their joint. They might be ready to tap back into the newest pup. You know what I mean? Because they eligible to upgrade.
So you eligible for that booster upgrade?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Everybody might not.
Yeah.
There's some people who might be on.
I think I'm definitely coming around eligible for the 14. Think it's my time to shine, boys.
I think you always.
Who, me?
You always
No. I'm saying. Wait, what you about to say?
always eligible for the booster?
I think if you in the schedule, whatever the schedule is, I feel like you should be in rhythm with them.
But it's different when you paid off and when you halfway paid off for it. Like
Right.
they're gonna offer you some new shit when you halfway. They're gonna have to offer you some new shit when you a quarter paid off. But when it's all the way paid off, the number's different.
I don't know. I think it's all the same because
Okay.
the service providers don't make no money on the phones.
Right. I get that.
Right. So I don't know.
I'm just talking about the $1 to $2 or whatever it is difference when you fuck. That's all I'm not saying you getting some big deal. All I'm saying is the 35 to 30, you know what I'm saying? Whatever it is you paying extra a month, it changes from when you halfway paid your previous phone to when you all the way paid it.
Right.
That's all I'm saying.
I don't know. I got into the iPhone annual joint. I just be annually.
Just send me this shit. Don't even
Yeah.
ask me no more, man. Just
Take the old joint back. They give you a solid the credit clear out whatever you was paying monthly at joint. Like you leasing the phone. Like fuck it. Like just get a case.
let me look into that. Let me look into that with my secretary, man.
What's up, man? Tapping in with the 444. I ain't really even in tune with it. Maybe y'all can dive into it. But the boy Robert Sarver, the Suns owner, he's in the Nasty News Awards for the week.
Absolutely in the Nasty News Awards. He's been found guilty of just making misogynistic remarks, racial remarks, homophobic remarks, just any kind of remarks you can name of. It reminds me to the tune of Donald Sterling.
Oh, it's similar to that. I would say in the breath of it's escalating fast now. It's starting to build momentum where people are starting to feel uncomfortable with him, like with the punishment that he received. But it's like, who can punish the owners of the teams?
Whoever excommunicated fucking Donald Sterling. Somebody and that's the thing. And I think that's what LeBron is pretty much saying, which is the next point in 444. But LeBron made comments on it that he said it's unacceptable because if you don't know, Robert Sarver, he only got a year suspension from the league, and I think he got a dollar amount fine. Excuse me, as well. But what LeBron is saying, if for players, if I'm a shooting guard and I do XYZ and I get X amount of dollars in a contract, and that sets a precedent, and everything we do on court sets a precedent, why doesn't it follow off court? LeBron is pretty much saying, I thought that this type of thing we already had a precedent set for this. I thought excommunication, I thought deletion from the league like Donald Sterling got for pretty much the same shit. I thought that was the precedent for when this happens. And for some reason, this guy only got a 1-year suspension. No, he should be removed from the league indefinitely, permanently, like Donald Sterling was. What is the difference?
Right.
And I agree.
And that's what I was saying. I was going to say that I heard some people speaking on this, and they were like, when you get into the culture that he is creating in these organizations, this is not where he made his money. Just where you really going to find out his character and shit like that is the corporation's culture where he earned his billions. You know what I'm saying? And
right.
That's and it just goes back to like they said that James Jones didn't say anything negative about him, Steve Kerr. I mean, and that could be their experience as
Let's
well.
go to all our faithful niggas and nigga lovers and see what they say about him.
It only takes a little bit of
That could be their
coon.
that could be their experience, but at the same time, you know, it's beneficial to James Jones. Like James Jones can't go against the ownership and still
At this point,
right.
now that he's been elevated to the point that he's been, house nigger.
It only takes a little bit.
Hit it, man. Hit it. Why you not with us in solidarity? Hit that nigga, man.
Oh,
Right, you don't stand with us in solidarity on this?
You not in
It only
solidarity?
takes a little bit
You
of
better,
white
nigga.
brainwash to activate the coon chip
Absolutely.
in the average Negro.
It was crazy the fight that we had for the solidarity because I looked at the old post and we was standing in solidarity on all kinds of shit. So I'm like, damn.
We know better now, nigga. Trying to bring up old ass. This nigga ODE is trying to bring up old ass receipts on us, dog. What the fuck?
It was
is
a
wrong
good
with this nigga,
conversation,
dog?
man. It was a good topic.
Yeah, what's wrong with him, dog?
In life, we gotta face our
We do.
poison
We do.
in order to poise on.
Well, that's true.
That's true.
Because you know you was born from your mother and you a poised son.
Damn right.
You understand? That was hard.
That's
like
hard.
when we gonna get
As always.
And we gonna get to this money. But yeah, you know. So, I mean, what you got, man?
Eating with ease. Let's get to it.
You know what I'm saying? Talk to me, man.
Cause I gotta go to the bathroom.
Where y'all been at with it, man?
I gotta take a piss.
Oh, no, man. We talking about the Chipotle, man. Chipotle chalked you. Was you down with the Chipotle hack?
Oh, I wasn't down with the Chipotle hack.
But
I
they
never
chalked
tapped
it.
in with it.
What it was
So-
click on that, man.
I mean, I already know what it was.
All right, well tell him.
So
My bad.
basically,
You could build a
Yeah, that shit ain't even
burrito.
work anyway.
Right.
You could build a burrito for
$3.
$3
and then get
a la
everything
carte.
a la carte, and then like basically you get a whole bunch of side items
It's-
a la carte for
You
$3,
get a deconstructed burrito.
and you can build it yourself.
yourself for $3.
They basically canceled the DIY, do it yourself burrito at fucking Chipotle.
Like you could order
No more DIY burrito.
You could order one taco and then add like an extra tortilla and all of the fixings
In true OGE fashion, you can get these hands or you cannot.
and
No more do it yourself, dog.
an extra protein, and basically they're saying you could build a burrito off of that or some shit like that.
I mean, we always be down with secret menu items and
But
hacks and shit like that. Like I know it's McDonald's hacks that we used to do.
I'm gonna be honest, I'm sick of the fucking hacks.
The double cheeseburger with mac
Everything
sauce.
not a hack, America.
We used to do a lot of hacks to get to where you wanted to go.
Facts. We got real hacks. This shit that they putting on TikTok, that shit not hacks.
They not TikTok hacks be fucking whack.
23% of the shit that they putting on TikTok is a real hack.
TikTok hacks be real whack. Them
And
joints be fuck.
that's on the Uptown Tone scale. Don't ask me where I got them fucking numbers from. SMD. Listen, dog.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Frank Stan early. Frank Stan early, dog. Listen.
Frank Stan is crazy.
Frank Stan early. Dog.
Glizzy Stan is crazy.
23% of that shit y'all see on TikTok is really life hacks. The other shit is just, dog, we been doing that shit. What are you on, bro? Like, what are you doing? What are you talking about? Like,
Facts.
you know what I'm saying? This TikTok shit, though, this shit was actually a hack. They definitely shut down a real fucking hack. You order some shit a la carte, some shit might be 75 cents, some shit might be 52, you know what I'm saying? Like the vegetables.
Was crumble cookie hacking?
I was about to say, when we first talked about this Chipotle hack, you said you would punch somebody.
Damn,
No,
son,
I thought
where'd
you
you
said-
find this?
I thought you said that. So you said,
Me?
yeah, I thought you said, when the comments in the chat, I feel like you was like, I would sock this shit out of somebody if they was. I didn't know which side.
If you was the person working at Chipotle,
I don't know either. I don't know
I
either.
think
You gotta
Tom was
bring it
coming
up.
from the nigga working at Chipotle. He
That's
didn't
what I-
like that hack at all.
Right, I didn't think he. That's what I thought he was. Still, he wasn't.
He was standing in solidarity
with Chipotle.
Yes.
I might have been, dog.
You
I might have
was at the
been.
top
I
of the
don't know.
week.
I don't know. It depends on how the wind was blowing and what day of the week it
He
was. I
changed
don't
his
know.
mind. He not standing in solidarity with Chipotle.
I don't know. I don't think I spoke the word standing in solidarity. I think I might have been swayed that way on that day.
You definitely
Okay.
Your actions.
Then listen, whatever I said is probably true. I probably still stand by that shit.
It's no, we don't have to probably this. You can tell us.
But you know what? Just like them crackers, I changed my mind.
You know why?
You know why?
You're a coon. You're a nigga.
All right.
Shit.
You mentioned Crumble Cookie. Crumble Cookie was under fire, man. They got caught with the Betty Crocker boxes. People feel like,
Yo, what the fuck?
Hit the link. You gonna see,
people
see,
feel
dog.
like
they got
been
caught with
bamboozled.
look at it right there, right?
'Cause
Look, you see it.
They got prepackaged cake mix boxes on site.
I ain't
OGE's
gonna
got
lie.
Bell.
I keep it a bean.
Everybody you got Bell for him?
No, I don't have Bell. I got
OGE's
honesty.
got Bell for him. Go ahead.
Them cookies is ass. But go ahead.
Go ahead, OGE's with your Bell.
And that's what I was gonna say. They're making cake like cookies. They're not making like.
It's not Bell. I just like to fuck with OGE's. It's not really Bell.
Them
He got
joints
truth
ass,
too.
man.
They have some good cookies. They switch the cookies
They
up.
do.
So it's like.
So
if
they
had-
base is always with the Betty Crock. And everything else is different.
Betty Crock.
So that's what I'm saying. When you come in,
Hit me with the Funk Flex crack shit. Hit me with the crack shit, dog. And that's when you gotta. I'm sorry, y'all. I gotta. And we can edit this part out or whatever, but that's perfect timing. See, we gotta work on his timing.
Now, so the cocaine's happening. When does that crack come into play for you?
Crumble cookies, we see the cocaine happening. So when does the crack come into play for you? Like,
that's the icing.
yo.
So when you go in the crumble cookie and you like, oh, today they got the strawberry cookie and the cinnamon toast crunch cookie and the
Right, that's
fruity
what I'm saying. They
pebbles
got
cookie.
nobody-
All of them fucking cookies is the same base.
Right.
Right.
And you just said it. Nobody was in the uproar. They got cinnamon
No,
toast
you
crunch.
just said it. Give it to me one more time, man. You just said it. You just said it.
Now, so the cocaine's happening. When does that crack come into play for you?
Yo, that's perfect for the crumble cookie. I didn't listen, dog. Whoever sent that to OGs, salute to you. We appreciate
This is the
it.
United States Camaro, for God's sake.
Yo.
Camaro for God. We off the fucking rails right now, yo.
Listen, man. We did have one John to get into. It's not a funny John. We should have got into it already.
What's that?
I'm saying just a quick, Philly violence is crazy, out of hand.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to, we have, the councilman on here. We was talking about that shit, and
Facts.
shit is just nasty. I mean, long story short, 37-year-old SEPTA driver was executed, killed in front of his lawn.
Yeah.
And they basically, the facts coming out after, or the story reports after, saying that it was a mistaken identity, John.
Oh my God, that's the word. And it's crazy because when I was telling this shit back to court, because I seen it before court did, so I was telling her about it, and I said it seemed like it was crazy execution style, because the way I'm reading it in the paper, it seemed like they sat on him, they let his wife in the house or something like that. His wife went in the house, and then they ambushed him, like making sure the wife was out of the way and all of that shit. Like they went right at him.
Right.
And to find out that to do all of that and that was a fucking mistaken identity, that's fucking nuts.
Super nuts. You need to turn yourself in. You need to sit down.
That's
you
fucking crazy,
got no
dog.
business being on the streets no more. Like,
that was a fucking hit. That was an execution. That wasn't coincidence. That wasn't senseless violence. That was a fucking calculated fucking hit. The way that they moved on that, the way that it's being explained in the papers, that was fucking crazy.
father 37.
Right.
old.
And I was trying to find him. I'm like, what did this motherfucker do? What did he do?
That's what I was like. I said this. It don't make no sense. He had to be in. He had to. I was just like, can you just?
I know the SEPTA drivers in the city move with a certain arrogance, but to this point, it was like, this is fucking ridiculous. Like,
It was like, did he
you know what I'm saying? Like,
motherfucker, and then just to find out that it was the mistaken identity.
This is the first I'm hearing of that. That's fucking crazy. That this was mistaken identity? What the fuck? Prayers and condolences, prayers and power, condolences to the family, to the friends, colleagues, to everybody involved. And what was his name again, Pete? My bad.
Daniel something. Daniel
Ruley.
Daniel Ruley. Daniel Ruley. Prince Hall, Freemasonry. That's seemed like he got ties uptown. Prince Hall, right on, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna say ties uptown. That's a deeper, darker criminal link. When you talking about Prince Hall, I ain't gonna get into that. But prayers and power, condolences to the family of Daniel Ruley, 37-year-old SEPTA bus driver who was gunned down in cold fucking murder, execution style, at his own fucking home. Y'all got anything else, man? Because I gotta take a piss.
No, man. That's been another one from us.
Y'all already know what it is.
Fashion forward, man.
Did you grab the fucking Tom Sachs? It's been on there for fucking 8 weeks.
Oh, yeah. You already know. General purpose shimmy.
Come on.
Put that shit on.
That's all we can give him. We not trying to get
Put that shit on. Mo did not like that.
Mo said,
Put that shit on. Mo did not like that.
Mo been DOA the whole episode, but when she heard that shit, she was wide awake. She looked at
Yes, give him that nigga the look. Like, what the fuck?
That's how you know she on her job, though. Hold on.
That's how you hold us accountable, Mo. Clock that time and you be like, nigga, what the fuck? Every time you put some shit on, put that shit on.
Right.
You fucking make it tough for me.
Preston, here you go. Real quick, Preston.
It was New York Fashion Week. It was rolling.
Yeah.
I'll give y'all updates on that. We see some Lori Harvey. She
Preston, next week I'm going to my college reunion and I'm trying to shit on these niggas and let them know that I'm fucking doing my thing, man. What should I do? Please,
Yo, you should
let me know.
This is how you step to game. This is how y'all step y'all shit on. This is what we doing moving forward.
Let's go.
To close out in the fashion game. Just like we was giving them the short coordinates, we giving you that with pants though, but swaggy, real swaggy. So we giving you coordinated pants with the shirt, like OG style, but not baggy Steve Harvey fit,
right,
but fit like your fit. That's what we doing this. That's what we doing this year.
I'm one for one. I'm one for one.
That's what we doing this year. I got you. I'm gonna show you the joint. That's what we doing this year.
I'm one for one with the fucking with the Press Coast Fashion Forward. I'm 15K up on the fucking, you know what I'm saying? So I got
the general purpose joints though. Yeah, the Tom Sachs general purpose joints that came home for the drum.